When it comes to interviews, preparation is the key to your success. One of the most crucial steps to take before any interview is to anticipate common interview questions and think about how to approach them and avoid committing some cardinal sins of interviewing. The job interview is probably the most important step you will take in your job search journey. It's your best chance to show the company and hiring manager that you are the best person for the job. Keep watching this video if you want to get yourself completely ready to deliver a cracking interview. Before the interview, research the company and illustrate the skills the employer wants. Looking at job adverts, you can be forgiven for thinking that a job as a receptionist or a support manager at one company is pretty much the same as the job as a receptionist or a support manager at a different one. But many employers like to believe that they are special and different. So even if you are applying for the same job role with several different firms in the same sector, be certain to have information about each specific employer. That way, you can talk meaningfully about why you want to work for any given organization. Write out your interview answers and rehearse them. Some job hunters understand the theory of tailoring answers to their situation, but they don't get around to doing it. They then risk turning up for an interview and not sounding articulate. If you are a fresh graduate, you may probably be asked, why did you choose to go to the universities you went to? Your university results sound very good. Why is that? Why did you choose your degree subject? Or how do you think your degree is relevant to this job? So forth and so on. If you are an experienced candidate, you may be asked like, how would you rate your progress so far? Do you feel that you should have achieved more in your current job? How have you changed in the last 10 years? Why have you changed jobs so many times? Etc. While interviewers are interested in your past and the skills that you can bring to the job, they also want to know how well you may fit into their organization. If you have written your interview responses out, you can practice by imagining that an interviewer has asked you the question. Simply say your response out loud without referring to your notes. Do you sound like you make sense to yourself? You don't have to learn your interview answers word for word. However, knowing the key points you want to cover and practicing them out loud ensures you don't leave an interview thinking, I wish I'd mentioned that. Interviewers aren't only looking for competent interview answers, but also a confident demeanor. So if possible, ask a supportive friend to fire some questions at you and ask for constructive criticism, not only on the content of your answers, but also on how you came across. Did you come across as nervous and hesitant, or perhaps too enthusiastic and rambling? Make sure you debrief after the interview by talking through the questions you could have answered better. During the interview, be complimentary and positive about the employer. Interviewers want to hire confident, competent candidates, but they want a certain amount of chemistry too. Who would you hire given the choice? A capable candidate who's a bit of a grouch and who doesn't seem to want to work for your company, or an equally capable candidate who is upbeat and genuinely enthusiastic about working for the company? It's obvious. Look for opportunities throughout the interview to show your desire to work for the company. If you can drop in 1 or 2 comments about how excited you are about the opportunity or how impressed you are with the organization or the work that it does, a little flattery can go a long way. Another way to build chemistry is to show that you agree with the interviewer's views. If the interviewer makes comments about how work should be done, try to nod along and say that you agree too. So long as it doesn't conflict massively with your values, you are doing your chances a big favor. A small piece of advice for you, mirror the interviewer's body language during the interview. Social psychologists say that people who are in rapport with each other tend to mirror or copy each other's body language. So one way to build rapport and chemistry with an interviewer is to subtly mirror his or her body language. Try to copy an interviewer's body language but with a delay of a second or two. For example, if an interviewer leans forward, you could lean forward. If the interviewer smiles, you smile. If the interviewer puts both hands on the table, you do the same too after a couple of seconds. Keep in mind body language mirroring has to be done subtly. If the interviewer spots what you are doing, you may blow your chances. So make sure that you only mirror his or her broad movements. Aim to mirror him or her a half dozen times during the interview rather than trying to copy every move. As the interview draws to a close, the interviewers will almost certainly ask you, Do you have any questions for us? Never say that you have no questions. Saying that you have nothing to ask is a very poor response and signals to the interviewers that you aren't that interested in the job. Interviewers often judge candidates on the nature of the questions that you ask. For example, asking about the hours and the number of annual leave days you're entitled to can give them the impression that you're a bit of a slacker, interested in only how little work you can get away with. Or asking about the pay and benefits can make you sound greedy. However, there are of course great questions that not only impress the interviewers, but also help you to decide whether this is an organization that you'd want to work for. Here are some questions to ask to show that you are interested in the day-to-day nature of the job itself. In this job, what would I be doing on a day-to-day basis? Do you have any idea of what proportion of my time would be spent on those tasks? What kind of training would I get initially? What are the longer-term opportunities for working across the organization? Here are some questions to ask about your learning and development within the company. What is your policy on staff development? Will I have a development budget? How do other people at this level tend to spend their development budget? Are there opportunities to change roles further down the line? You can also ask about possibilities for advancement and promotion in the future. What criteria will be used to judge my suitability for promotion? How quickly do people in this role tend to be promoted? Is there a minimum length of time that you have to be in this role before you can be considered for promotion? Does the company encourage people to study for professional qualifications? If it does, what kind of support is the company willing to provide? What kinds of career paths do people take in the organization? Here are some general questions to ask on the topic of organizational culture. What is it like to work here? What do you most enjoy about the job? What does it take to be successful here? What kinds of people don't make it in this organization? Keep in mind, questions about culture are very incisive. At worst, they can appear overly inquisitive, so make sure to keep your tone light. And if you sense that the interviewers are prickling at your questions, move off the topic of culture immediately. A fine line exists between asking intelligent questions and sounding like a show-off. Be sure to think through the impact that each of your questions is likely to have on your interviewers. When asking your questions, try to sound interested in the answers that the interviewers give. If the interviewers feel that you are genuinely interested in the position and their organization, they are more likely to start thinking of you as a potential colleague rather than just another candidate. Never ask a question purely for the sake of asking a question. You want your questions to leave the interviewers thinking that you have a genuine interest in joining their company. Don't rattle through a list of questions simply to demonstrate how clever you are. If you fire too many questions at them, the interviewers can quickly feel that they are being interrogated, and that isn't the effect you are trying to achieve. That's pretty much it for today. Hope you get a ton of value in this video, and I wish you all to crack the interview and get your ideal dream job. Thank you for watching the video. Have a wonderful day. See you next time.